Okay, good morning. I'd like to call the meeting, the committee of the whole meeting for January 28th, to order. And with the land acknowledgement, we acknowledge Athabasca County is located on First Nations, Treaty 6 and Treaty 8 traditional territory. We respect and honor all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples' connection to these lands, their history, language, and culture. So we'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Any Councillor Chamzik, you approve the agenda? All in favor? Carried. Councillor Kapitanic, are you on board here? Okay,
Yeah, sorry, I was just on the other side of the room.
okay. So it's carried. Approval of the minutes from November 19th, 2024.
I'll do that.
Councillor Cromwell has approved the minutes. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Gerlach, you approved? Okay, so 9-0, motion carried. So that's that. We have two presentations, closed sessions, one at 10 a.m., the other one at 1 p.m. So we'll move on to roundtable discussions. Number 5.1, action item list. Is there any? Is there any discussion that we need to have on the action item list? CEO Beck?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, just thought we'd point out that after reviewing it a bit more, we've got a few things that actually are completed that we'd like to bring attention to on page 10 under CC 24439. That one's been done, obviously. On page 11, CC 24545. That one's been done. CC 24547 has been done. And CC 24554 has been completed. On page 12, CC 24583, that's completed. Page 13, Mr. Chairman, CC 2530 is completed. So we just had a few more refinements.
Oh, that's perfect. It's good to see you getting some of these off the list. Does anybody have any other questions or concerns regarding this the action item list? No discussion. So do we need to recommend a motion to county council to post them as completed or not? Or they just come off the books?
Mr. Chairman, I propose that we would just mark them as being off the list, and
okay,
we don't even need a motion to accept for information if you don't want to.
Perfect. Perfect. We can take them off the list. That's the main thing. So, okay, so everybody's okay with that? Understanding that this will be removed from the action item list. So, which is good. Okay, so we'll move on to CAO update. Any discussion regarding the CAO update? Seeing none, I see the Island Lake water line is moving along in progress, so that's a great thing to see. It's going to be great when we can start moving on with some meetings and that. So thank you very much for that. Okay, so from there, we'll if there's no discussion on that, we'll move on to department updates. Infrastructure Services Department. under 5.3. Any discussion regarding that? Nobody? Oh. Reeve Holland?
Thank you. I just wanted to let everyone know I'd received quite a few compliments here last week with regards to the grading areas. And I just want to put a shout out. Thank you so much. It's really nice to have those compliments come in, and hopefully they were all shared, and great work. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much. Councillor Anderson, you got a question?
Thank you. Underwater, it talks about a potential main break in Wandering River. And then it says that administration is investigating a new software, which would give them more ability to monitor the distribution system and alert customers if there is a leak. I was wondering if admin could elaborate a little bit more on how that would work and the benefits of it.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'm somewhat familiar with it. The subject matter expert isn't here today, but it's software that it monitors usage in individual accounts. And if it notices something out of the ordinary, it sends a message to us and says, you should go look at this. And so there's a lot of our system that doesn't have a lot of automation that really could be modernized. And yeah, we'd love to get into discussion of that. We've had a couple of issues recently at one of the truck fills that's kind of highlighted some priorities that we think we should be looking at, but we'd bring that back to council as a discussion item. Some of them could be accomplished with our current budget, some of them maybe not. But that's a software that it's really it watches everything and it highlights abnormalities.
But
I just think it's great that we're highlighting that. It's such a exciting opportunity that would really help our ratepayers.
yeah, actually, I had that one marked down on my list too to discuss, because I was just wondering, it's kind of like a SCADA system, right? And the Water Commission monitors the reservoirs itself. So would this system actually take it down to a smaller size and look at each account?
Well, I'd have to speak with the manager and our operator to find out what they were thinking. It has the ability to,
Yeah.
whether or not our meter system, it can be tied in that way, I'm not sure. So it's certainly a way to narrow down problems though, and way quicker than we have the ability today. Because if we have a leak like this today, it's really our operator and the residents. We're relying on them to spot water rising from the ground if there's a problem. In this instance, there was none because it wasn't coming out of a leak. It was in someone's home. And so it took us a long time to find that. The person had to come home basically.
Yeah, you betcha. And I know like the Water Commission has given the heads up to the Basque County just regarding when the reservoir starts dropping fast. It's like, okay, what's going on? Could be a water leak, could be something else. So no, that's very good. That's very good information. Thank you. Any other questions? Anybody want to talk about anything else? I see we're having, my one question is, I see we're having a little issue down in Rochester with the sewer system and overloading the pumps. And I know the town of Athabasca has the same thing going on all the time. And I think they reach out to people and give them some notice by throwing it in the paper and throwing it. I don't know if they send out letters to all the residents or not, but is there any thought of maybe possibly doing that, throwing a letter out to the residents saying, don't flush certain items down our sewer system, please?
Mr. Chairman, we absolutely could. That's pretty standard these days in urban areas. It's probably a good proactive measure for us to be doing for our lagoon systems too. as well.
Okay, so we don't need nothing to happen there. Administration will do that. Right on, perfect. Thank you very much. And I think other than that, yes, I have the same thoughts on the grading and everything that's went on and the last week there, it sounds like there was a heck of a wind around here, so roads were cleaned up and that, so very good. Good job by everybody, so. So any other questions for infrastructure services? Oh, one more.
Not a question so much as just to say again, these reports take a lot of work and effort to bring forward. So thank you so much for doing that. It's great information to have and to share with the public when they're asking what's going on. So thank you very much for the thorough report and all of the information that's within it. I know it takes a lot of work, so it's very much appreciated.
Perfect. So moving on to Corporate Services Department update. Any questions regarding corporate services? Nothing online. Seeing none. Great job. And great, oh, here's one. Counselor Anderson.
Under communications, it says scouted Baptiste Drive and developed letter and voting material for residents on that road. Just kind of wondering, what are they voting on? Is that for the name change or?
Mr. Chair and members of the committee, this is about the change of the road name to Pack, I think it was Pack Drive was the recommendation or this, yeah, from the resident.
When is that survey supposed to come back in by?
I think we gave it till February 20th, somewhere in
okay.
there. We gave him a full month.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Counselor Hall.
Page 24, you outline the accounts receivable balances. And so I have two questions for administration. One, are we still providing credit to customers with balances greater than 60 days? And secondly, what activities are being undertaken to collect the items greater than 60 days?
Mr. Chair and members of council, yes, we still are. It's still status quo. In fact, the finance, the CFO and the utilities clerk and I are meeting tomorrow to talk about some of these outstanding accounts, taking a look at our policy with respect to writing off and making recommendations for writing off some of these accounts, some of the smaller ones that had been ongoing for several years. And also now finally starting the process of collections.
So we're still offering new credit to people who are more than 60 days delinquent, just so that I'm clear?
To my knowledge, yes.
Any question, sorry about that. Any questions regarding the community services report, protective services?
Maybe just a recap on what we missed after Councillor Hall made his last comment about still giving credit. We heard nothing for probably about a minute there, and I see Councillor Kapitanik is agreeing with me. So anything that we missed to be repeated, please.
Oh, you mean the whole end of the conversation with the director or what?
Yes, please.
Sorry about that. I did have my mic on. We are continuing on with providing credit to customers who are still have outstanding accounts, and we are looking at implementing our policy to write off some of the accounts and bringing that back to council for consideration. And lastly, yeah, we are looking into implementing the collections process.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear we're not doing anything too rash yet, and thank you for that update. Appreciate.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, we apologize for the mics here. We have fun with them, but okay, moving on to the Director of Community and Protective Services report. So any discussion regarding that? Councillor Anderson?
Under land management, it says that they're working on multiple files, including road closures. I was just wondering if it'd be possible, maybe in the next report, to get a list of which road closures they're working on or are outstanding or ongoing or that kind of thing, just so we know the status of those, because I know they take a long time to complete. So just if we knew at some point. Thanks.
Mr. Chairman, that be no problem. I know of 4 for sure that our land management coordinator is working on. And they've just been backed up for about a year with no one handling them. So one is coming very quickly to you.
Yep.
So but she's working on about 3 others currently right now. So and about 25 other files. So you'll be seeing a lot of her in the next few months.
It'll be good to get them off the books and get them moving along. Some of them are pretty got lots of information, and some of them are just straight standard, and it's great to see them being done. Any other, Councillor Hall?
To administration, regarding community transportation, I guess I'm looking at the stats and thinking about how we share costs on that file. And wondering how much work it would be. Because we know the different trips have different cost points based on distance. Do we keep track of the mileage per trip, and how much effort would it take to give us a breakdown of the distribution of the cost of operating that program based on each municipality? Because I notice, you know, one partner that pays a relatively small part of the whole fee uses 2/3 of the rides.
Mr. Chairman, yeah, absolutely. I think that that's certainly doable. That's certainly something that probably should be referred to that committee to have some discussion about moving forwards. I don't know if we do it currently. So looking backwards, I don't actually know that, but moving forward, say start of the month, saying every trip, report the mileage too. That should be easy. We're already reporting the time and everything else. So I don't see that as being a big thing moving forward. Moving backward, I'd have to ask. That's all.
Okay. Any other questions? Oh, Holland?
Thanks. Just so that council is aware, with regards to how the, different requisitions go out to the different users, so the town and the village, it's based on per capita, which is, I think the budget is around 1944, per capita is how it's currently, looked at. I know it's a conversation that a lot of people, wonder about. Mileage is something, of course, as mentioned in here, that's tracked. Again, I don't understand either if it's per trip. However, the model that's being used seems to be the best fit that we have had several conversations about over the years. So just a heads up there.
Thank you. Any other discussion regarding protective services or anything like that? Rush it. Everything looks, FCSS looks good. Okay, well, looks good and everything, so, Revon.
Thanks. And again, I just really want to highlight, these reports are amazing. The work that goes into them is phenomenal. And again, it's greatly appreciated to see all of the things that our administration are doing that serves this community, and it's huge. And I do hope that more people have a chance to have a look at the committee of the whole agendas to really see what's going on. I know I share this with residents on a regular, and they're really happy to see everything that's going on. So thanks again.
I've had a few comments regarding out in Division 8 regarding seeing our peace officers out in that area quite a bit, just patrolling and that and good comments. It's not bad comments. So that's one good thing. At least they're being seen out there and people are noticing them and everything. So great job on that end. Gotcha. So anything else? Nothing online, so I guess we will accept the reports. Thank you very much for all the reports and everything, and it's still about 10 minutes before our first presentation, so we can probably move on to 6.1. Oh, 5.4. Oh yeah, counselor updates. Oh yeah, yep. Yeah, okay, let's move on to counselor updates. So starting with counselor updates, let's go with Mr. Gerlach. We may as well pick on you first.
Again, I've received a number of comments on the grading and the improvement in the grading in the area. People have been quite satisfied with it. They're also quite happy with the weather that we've been getting. I don't know whether we can take credit for that, but other than that, there's not too much to report.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on to Reeve Holland.
Thanks so much. It's busy as usual. Committee work is now fired right back up in the new year. So busy with that, busy with trails, both non-motorized and motorized trails. Which is, I just absolutely adore that type of work. So I've been enjoying that. There's been a few CEO and CAO meetings, one with the town. We had a meeting, Deputy Reeve and I had a meeting with the AU president, met with the auditor, those types of things that are happening. December, the county Christmas party was fantastic. The portion that I attended for the dinner and the comedian was excellent. It was well done. Everyone seemed to be having a really great time. So thank you very much for doing that. Continuing, of course, with accounts payable reviews, agenda reviews, document signings, those regular things. Also attended the Festival of Lessons and Carols, which was absolutely amazing. One of my favorite parts of that was the handbells. I just loved it. It was a wonderful evening and a great way to put the Christmas spirit in the air. I also had the honor of presenting Miss Alone Senek, her 90th birthday plaque from the county. This lady is, I found just to be an absolute delight to visit with. She continues to live a life of adventure, I see, and it's filled with love and laughter from family and friends. And Athabasca County is honored, obviously, to be a part of her journey. I was also honored and very privileged to attend a pipe ceremony and feast at Portage College. And that's with regards to their search for a president, a new president that's up and coming. And that was an amazing, most powerful ceremony. And it was such a privilege to be invited. And of course, constantly having conversations with residents, hearing some complaints, but mainly compliments. So I'll stick with the compliments and the complaints aspect are, of course, being remedied, but the compliments were vast. So I really appreciate hearing those and hearing that people are happy. And so that's a good thing. And that's a compliments to administration for making all of that happen. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, I may as well chime in here now. Everything's been going good the Public Works has been taking very good care of a lot of the roads and that out there, graders are out giving her, so. Other than that, like Reeve Holland said, met with the university and had a great Christmas. Sorry I missed the Christmas party, but couldn't make it, but I heard it went over good. And yeah, it's looking forward to 2025, continuing on. So thank you very much.
Not much going on. I had a couple multiplex meetings. I'll let Councillor Anderson speak to those though. And the next Alberta Hub meeting isn't until February. So, and then the biggest thing in Division 9 right now, the Athabasca Bridge has a 30-ton weight limit on it, so that's great. And yeah,
Yeah, that's hard. December, most committees kind of go to a little bit of quiet. We had a few community dinners, Christmas concerts, those types of things at more Prospita dinners. For the Celebrating Rural Women's Conference, things have really started to come together. Catering bids and nominations are at a close. Now just ironing out some of the fine details. As for libraries, Athabasca, Boyle, and County Libraries annual reportings are coming up. Of course, updating policies, working on those types of things. And ASB conference was just last week there. I have a report coming out probably for next agenda. Other than that, I've been stopped, phoned, and even chased down by and complimented for the fine work that our operators are doing, our grader operators, of course. And I'd just like to say hats off to Public Works for all the hard work they do.
Thank you. Counselor Hall?
The bulk of my updates are contained in the reports I submit and are with council.
Okay, thank you. Counselor Anderson?
I'm hoping to have some updates on ARMS and the Pembina zone in the next council agenda, but ARMS has really been focusing on the capital budget funding concerns and strategic planning lately, and dealing with some patron misconduct items. The Pembina zone, we had our meeting January 20th, which was well attended. I was reelected as president and chair of the zone, so that'll be great for a couple more years. And RMA committees are just very busy trying to prepare things for the spring RMA convention. So I've been very busy with all things committee work. And then many community groups have their AGMs through January, February, March. So trying to keep track of how many there are and get to as many as I can.
Congratulations on being reelected there as chair of the Pembina zone. You do a great job. Thank you. Counselor Kapitaniuk?
Good morning. Yes, through December, I guess we're going back to, there was many a Christmas party to attend from, within the county and the town. The county Christmas party was really fun, and I really enjoyed how, they made it a great fundraiser for both, I believe it was the food bank and SCARS. So, just a really great job to all of those organizing, and having the grads help was really nice. The New Pine Creek had their Ukrainian New Year's Eve. That was a successful event. There was a lunch, or sorry, I had lunch with the ratepayer just recently, and addressed some concerns about things that were spoken at our last council meeting. And there is a group of ratepayers getting together that are going to want to come and speak to council, which is exciting that people are getting involved, and actually just really exciting that people are noticing what we're doing and watching our meetings, which is, I always, thought people were, but I never really heard that they were. So that's pretty cool. We had multiplex meetings. Councillor Anderson spoke to those. I did attend the Pembina zone as well, and I did want to congratulate Councillor Anderson. She does hold the room, and I also would like to note that she is quick to have the microphone at anyone that wants to speak, always taking time to look around and not make people have to wait too long. And that was noted, that she's very observant. So good job. I mean, not noted just by me, but by people in the entire Pembina zone meeting. Collington Community Hall had their first meeting of the year, and we finally got MCS net free internet, which is really cool. They had rescheduled their install many times over the last 6 months, and I don't think had any detriment to them. Just very busy. Collington Hall had been using the internet that is put in by one of our renters, and it just I don't know if it was like appropriate for the public to have the password for that. So it's really good to see that we have open public Wi-Fi that's free, that is not connected to any other renter or anybody else. And I just want to thank MCSnet for continuing to do that for community halls all over the place. I know that there are a few in our county, I'm sure, that have that. And also thank you to Councillor Wallach for bringing that to my attention many months ago, that I didn't know that they did that. And I think that's about all I've got for today. Okay.
Thank you. Councillor Cromwell.
Thank you. Many of the things have been said. I'll talk about what is different. Though I do receive many compliments, I still get frequent complaints about the Plamondon connector. Even after grading, it's very quick to deteriorate to washboard and very hard driving conditions. That wind has caused a lot of ice in the area up here. I know we're kind of a different ecosystem than some of you down south. But aside from that, compliments to administration and all the crews for everything they've done. Very quick and simple today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So thank you for the reports and everything, and we're hopping on just about 10 o'clock here to have our first presentation, and the first presentation is in closed session, so we need a motion to go into close.
So moved.
Motion by by Councillor Wallach to go into closed session. And all in favor?
Aye.
Councillor Kapitaniuk? Okay, so we're going into close. Thank you very much. And very sorry.